Hey, good morning, Powur Hitters. Today is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. My name is Jarrett McAllister, your mentor and co-host, alongside my fellow Power Warrior, Jonathan Bernasso. What's up, brother? How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Good afternoon. I'm on 90 days of no alcohol and no grains.
What?
Why would you do that to yourself? I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm about 75
Don't
days
need
in,
grains.
so I have no clue why. I question it every day.
Yeah, little cleanse, but I'm feeling great. I'll tell you, I'm sleeping well. I'm taking cold showers, so we're good.
Cool, man. No, you're looking good, looking strong. We got a great training today, so let's jump into it. But before we do, some success stories. And I actually have a couple to share.
Yeah.
I'll keep it quick because I know we're going to blow through this. But one, shout out to Aaron Knudsen, one of my mentees. He's my partner in the mortgage business. Had a client who's been with him a long time, mentioned solar, shot it over to me, crushed it. We're 50-50 split. He's super stoked. Going to be going after his database. So that one's excellent. And then two comes along with the pro tip. When I was flying down for us to do the home build in Mexico, I was chopping it up with a couple ladies, and we get to talking about what we do. And I mentioned solar, and this older lady who was interested in solar asked me for a card. Now, I don't do cards. I don't do paper cards. I do digital cards, and I've been preaching this for years. So I have a digital contact that says Solar Jarrett McAllister with my solar information, and I text it to her. Said it was nice to meet you. Well, when did we do that build? Was that back in like August?
July.
Yeah, something around there. 2 nights ago, it was Friday, Saturday night. I get a text saying, "Hey, Jarrett, I would like to talk to you about solar." And I said, "Who is this lady?" It's the lady from Southwest. So spoke with her, set up a call yesterday. We did a nice system with a 10 kWh battery. She's super stoked, pumped, gonna get her neighbors, but just want to share that with the pro tip. You guys set up a digital card, paper cards, no mas.
Yeah, I have a business card. I'd love to send it to you. What's your cell phone number?
Exactly, because now you get their number as well. So
love it. Nice work, Jarrett.
Yep.
You broke your dry streak. It happens to the best of us, and now it's just going to explode from here.
Oh, absolutely.
I got one, baby.
Who else has one? Anthony, you've been crushing it recently, brother. Congratulations. What are you up to?
Thank you. So last week, Mariana Ramos had her first closed deal. Ivan Bravo, who's a solar pro, got his first closed deal so he could start selling on his own. And George Munoz, who sponsored Javier Rodriguez, had 2 closed deals on the same day on one call close. So
wow.
Yeah, pretty excited for them.
All of your teammates, right?
Ivan and Mariana, yes. George, he's on the same team as us with JC.
How long have you been in Power now, Anthony? 2.5?
It's going to be 2 years in May.
2 years. And are things like really hitting a stride for you right now?
You know what? I was talking to JC in January and I texted to you as well. So my first year in Power, I matched my income from my coaching job. My second year, I doubled it. And hopefully I keep it going. And this is doing it part-time. But next month, April, I'll be retiring from coaching because the teams I have age out. So I'll be going full-time in May. So hopefully I could quadruple my income.
Very cool. Congrats, Anthony. 2 years of hard work.
Great job, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll take
hopefully
another.
I could be promoted to the third Bernasa. So.
We'll see about that. Another success story or two?
I'll share one, Jonathan. I have a girl, Christina, and I just want to shout her out. She's doing amazing. She's recruiting people from all over the US. She just signed up a couple consultants, couple ambassadors. She's getting bills for herself. And this was after a really long dry spell, months long. And then she just put her head down, got to work, and she's seen success. So just want to shout her out, Christina Robbins. Good things to come from her.
Very cool. Nice. Yeah.
Great job.
Sometimes it takes a few months or half a year to get rolling here, and you never know when it's going to hit. So awesome, Cynthia. Cynthia's a top seller, top mentor here, kicking butt.
Hey, since Cynthia's on, another success story. We just had our install in Ontario. We worked on the same project together. I jokingly say I mentored her, but she was a mentor on it. And it was a roof plus solar. It was a complicated one. So we just had that installed recently in Ontario, California. So thank you, Cynthia.
Nice, guys. Congrats. All right, cool. Well, let's keep it going here. On the success story note, just a shout out to the Impact Journey contest we have going on through the end of March. Forgive me if I don't know all the people on the team, but David Marcel's on the team, Ubaldo, Corey Ventura, the great Paul Leon, Jordan Shaw, the second system king under Anthony's team. Cynthia's kicking butt here. We got Kiara, we got Chris Bernasso, JC Rangel. Shout out to JC and Isela. Isela's kicking butt with BNI. JC's team is on fire right now. Chris Perez out of Las Vegas, the great Wally Arita from the Philippines. Hai Nguyen is on my brother's team. Justin Santos, David Perez, Sierra Sims, Julian Todd. This team is taking over this freaking contest. So great job, guys. And if you read the newsletter yesterday, Powur is requesting more proposals than ever. Record high proposal requests. That means we're going to see all-time high sales come in here in the next few weeks. So very exciting time. A couple updates and we'll get right to this training. That is a typo. Today we have Scott on here training. Last week was roofer in Texas, mentor Jason. At 12 o'clock p.m. every Tuesday at 12, we have a Solar Sales Tuesday on powercalendar.com. Check that out. And then in the calendar, you'll find training on Enphase, REC, Sunlight, Solar Edge, Sonova, all free trainings on powercalendar.com every week. If you're newer here, please, please, please try to take a Thursday new consultant training, 12 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Pacific, every Thursday on powercalendar.com. Next week's Tuesday training, we have to decide what we're going to be training on. The following Tuesday, we have the best ops manager, I think, in Powur, Brenton Schultz, all of California, he runs. So he's going to be training us.
I can't hear you.
Brenton is a stud.
Let me mute her. Yeah, Brenton's amazing. Operations training there. A lot of changes coming. I didn't even mention this, but right now I'm up in St. Luis Obispo by Morro Bay and Baywood Los Osos, where Rick Joseph lives. I'm actually here with Scott in the same hotel, and there's a meeting going on. We have the executives from, we have Fred Walkover, install services head. We have Kristen, the new head of roofing. We have Joe Witt, head of build partners. We've got people that used to work at REC. We have a brand new lender out here. I mean, there's a little bit of a mastermind going on. Charles Thompson's out here. So we have a lot of exciting updates to share, and including operations updates that we're going to hear about on March 29th. The following Tuesday, Julian Todd, one of the best solar pros, most knowledgeable around panels, will be on here. And then the following Tuesday, April 12th, guys, I asked our CFO, Mike, and Beth Robinson to train us on what the heck are the stock options that we're getting? How do we exercise them? What are they worth? Will our stock split? When will we go public? So that's going to be a great training, April 12th, from our CFO. Much more on powercalendar.com. Really important Freedom Tour. There's live in-person events and trainings, business showcases, and Saturday trainings across the country right now. Go to Powur Calendar for more info. I'll show you a few here in just a sec. And then please, if you want to go to Dallas, July 15th and 16th, our largest two-day in-person annual convention, Powur World. It's going to be amazing. Powur World, power.com/world, register for that. And just a friendly reminder, always read your Monday newsletter. A lot of good information in there. Check your email yesterday. It should come from support@power.com. Make sure you're getting that. And here's some of the next Powur Freedom Tour events. Vegas, March 19th. Austin, March 19th. We've got Denver, Colorado, and we got first ever Spanish in Buena Park, April 2nd. We will have an English translator so everyone can attend. This will be with JC Rangel, Luis Perez, David Perez, Solar Lily. It will be in Spanish, but there will be an English translation April 2nd, Saturday. You don't want to miss that one. Fly out here, drive out here, whatever you need to do to get to Buena Park. It's going to be great. And just a little bit of a insider knowledge, in probably late May, early June, we are going to do a Super Solar Saturday training in all major cities across the country. One day, Powur will light up the whole country, train the whole freaking solar industry on one Saturday. That date is to be determined, but that is the super cool idea. The fact that Powur is going to train on solar for free in all major cities across the country in 20 states or whatever, it's going to be awesome. And the whole industry is going to take notice if they haven't already. Okay, cool. And just real quick, whoever has a digital contact card, Jarrett, the one you mentioned before, if you could put that info in the chat. So we can.
Yeah. You know what? We can save it if everybody wants to hang on after Scott does his thing. A little Q&A. I can explain how to set that up. No problem.
Beautiful. All right. Thanks, Jarrett, for kicking things off.
Yes, sir.
Mentor extraordinaire. Thank you for all the success stories and everyone that's on here right now. So just as a reminder, this is our Powur Solar Powur Hitters team training every Tuesday. Today we have Scott Crumb. He's 8-year solar veteran. Plus, he's building a team right now. One of his reps, Tito Martinez, is building a team. He's working side by side with Owen Carey, a great mentor, helping mentor some of his deals. Scott is a mentor. Tito is a mentor. He's closing deals. He has a very long history in solar. He's got a great follow-up process. So he's going to drop some nuggets on us today, guys. Super excited to have you, Scott. And if you guys have questions for him, drop it in the chat. Scott will chain for about 25, 35 minutes, and we will wrap this up. Scott, you out there?
I am. Thank you so much. Nice. How do you say that? You make me feel like I'm better than I actually am.
No problem.
I have been doing solar for 8.5 years. It's been a passion of mine. I didn't think I would ever do solar. I wasn't into solar. Somebody told me, "Well, you're a fool if you don't start this. This is a great living." I actually listened to that person, luckily, and it changed my life. And then as solar has changed over the last 8.5 years, I ran into JB's videos online and started talking to him, learned about Powur, switched over to the Powur format, and that's changed my life. And it's amazing how well we do things in comparison to the rest of the solar world out there. This is probably more for newer people than it is for people who've been in the business a long time. But I find that you can always get a nugget out of just about any teaching, in my opinion. But I find that I hear like some of the people talking about they've been going through dry spells, they're knocking doors and not getting the results they're hoping for. And sometimes our mindset is by far the most important thing. We can learn all about how inverters work. We can learn about what the greatest new panel is. We can learn about the most effective warranties and loan programs out there. But if we don't have the right mindset, if we're not setting our mind to be successful, it's very, very, very difficult, to make that. So you've probably heard this before: gains, goals, accomplishments, interests, networks, and skills. I think that's a pretty well-known acronym out there. And so I'm just going to kind of touch on these and how I do certain things, especially when it comes to follow-up. So I'm just going to kind of jump right into it. If you do not have written goals right now, and there's someplace where you're not seeing them on a daily basis, you are not going to be as successful as you should be. This is just a fact. This is a fact in every industry, everything you do in the world. Losing weight, becoming the best athlete, being the best salesperson. So if you're not, you need to start working on your goals today. There are great books out there to teach you how to do it if you're not sure how to do it. when I talk about you can't hit a target you can't see. And so, in my opinion, the best place to put your goals is on your bathroom mirror or right there in the bathroom, someplace you're at over and over and over. You will forget to look at them day after day, but your mind won't. Our mind is amazing powerful. And if it's in there where your eyes are at, even though you're not focused on it, you'll get reminders. You'll get reminders. So, check yourself. When this meeting's over, check yourself. Be honest with yourself. Yes, I do have written goals and I wrote them in a positive format, or I don't. And this is something I really need to start working on. I got to have my goals known so I can start hitting my targets. So that sounds like a simple thing, but it's a real one. I'm going to go through some of these a little bit quicker because I just have a lot of things I want to try to get in a short period of time. And let's see. Networks. JB is one of the kings of, you hear BNI, but networks is everything you do in life. It's your social clubs. It is if you're in Rotary or Chamber of Commerce, it's your church groups. When you are around anybody, you should be talking about your business. I was at a birthday party on Saturday night. Some people I didn't know there. I did not go there planning on creating business, but it's a network of friends. I ended up sitting at a table with 3 ladies I've never met before in my life, laughing, joking, having a couple drinks. 30 minutes later, each one of them had one of my paper cards. I got to work on the electronic cards. One of my paper cards in their hand, all interested in solar in one way or another. That was not my goal when I went to go to this party, but my mind is always thinking, if I'm around somebody I don't know, ask them what they do, have small talk. They'll normally ask you what you do. Throw out I just happen to save people money going solar, and then shut up. If they ask you a question, if they say, oh, well, how long have you been doing that? They open the door, start talking. I went to a birthday party to smoke cigars and have some great wine and some great beer, walked away with 3 possible leads. So work on your networks. Look at the BNIs, look at the Rotary clubs, find ways to give back. The Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary clubs, Kiwanis. There's a lot of things up there that you can pay forward, helping people, and in the back end, you'll find more business. Skills. Never stop learning. Number 1 rule, there is no stagnant. It does not exist. You either going backwards or forwards in life and everything you do. One of my favorite sayings is you'll be the same person in 5 years, except for 2 exceptions: the people you meet and the books you read. And I'm huge on this. If you're not reading at least 1 book a month or listening to a book on a month on audio or YouTube, something like that, you're going backwards, folks. You have to improve your mindset. It makes things happen. You'll be learning something about goal setting, but it'll give you a conversation to talk to somebody else, and then solar will come up. You have to be moving forward. If you don't read any new books, you don't take any new knowledge, you don't meet any new friends, 5 years from now, you will be exactly in the same exact place you are now, or worse. Never stop improving, never stop learning. Here's a couple of my favorite books. I put it in here just because most of you read these, most of you know these. These are not anything new. But if you have not read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, you shouldn't be in business. This is a must read. The Challenger Cell, fantastic knowledge on taking control and being a salesman. All-time favorite, The Magic of Thinking Big. Everybody wants to be Jonathan. Everybody wants to be JB, right? JB is big in this business. There are a lot of big people. You have to believe you can be. You have to think like him. You have to act like him. Great one. And then the old classic, How to Influence Friends or people. Good Odell. If you haven't read these books, put them on your list. There's your next 4 months. 1 book a month the next 4 months. Continue to improve, folks. Did I go too far? No. Minding your business. Follow-up is king. I have a rule when I finish a conversation with a prospect, and that prospect is either for joining my business or buying my business. In other words, getting solar in their home. I never end a conversation without setting the next meeting or the next expectation, what they would be expected. Sometimes it is, can I call you next week? Follow up on a deal. Can I call you next week? Get them to say yes. I use everything in a Google Calendar. I'm going to be switching over to a CRM as we're changing things up in the business. But I just put it right in my calendar. My rule is if it's something I have to do sometime that day, everything goes at 5 a.m. If I pull my calendar up right now, you'll see I'll have 4, 5, 6 things at 5 a.m. this morning. Those are people that I need to reach out to before the day is over. And if I don't, if I fell on that, the next day they will get a call. It'll never go more than 2 days. Those are I'm setting expectations. I'm allowing them to tell me that it's okay for me to follow up with them. Always set the next plan, set the next meeting. Don't wait for them to call you back. When is a lead no longer worth chasing? Would be one of my favorite questions. Matter of fact, I'll just throw that out there. Somebody have an answer. When is a lead no longer worth chasing? What do you think, JB?
Never, ever. If it's a month out, 2 months out, 6 months out, you email them, text them, drip on them, never. Until they say stop 3 times.
Thank you. You are 100% correct. My longest sell process was 2.5 years. Emails, text messages. Can I do this? When can we do this? 2.5 years. When they finally said yes, they said, Scott, you realize that we could not possibly use anybody but you. You're the only person that kept doing exactly what you said. You would say, oh, you're not ready? Can I reach out to you in fall? And you did. Oh, can I reach out to you after Christmas? And you did. Over and over and over, you kept your word. You kept reaching out to us. It would be impossible for us not to go with you. So whenever they tell you no 3 times, take them off your list. Otherwise, plan something. Move them ahead a week, a month, a year. I don't care. Put them on your calendar to reach out to. What do you do when they say we need to think about it? Probably the number one objection we get in the business, right? I know what I do. Who has an answer? They're like, no, how about you, Jared? What do you do, Jared, when somebody says we need to think about it?
I think I
throwing you on the spot.
I think I turned off the muting.
Oh, sorry about that. That's on me.
There you go. Jared. There you go, Jared. Now you can do it. Unmute, Jared.
All right, Jared.
And then they end up signing. So yeah, that was my secret to success. Hopefully you guys caught that. You recorded it. So no, just joking. Thanks for unmuting me, Renato. So, when someone says they need to think about it, the first thing I do is, I agree. I say, yeah, I understand. It's a little foul. But then I try to peel back the layers of the onion to find out exactly what it is that they need to think about. Now, I've always come from a one call close situation or scenario. That's not really the case in solar, and I've had to learn that. So I try to find out what it is that they're looking for, what it is that they need to think about. And usually it's they want to do some comparisons, some shopping, talk to other people. And I say, that's fine. I'd actually encourage you to do that. I actually need you to get 2 other bids. So let's do this. Do you have the other companies in mind? Do you know who you want to go check out? And then what I do is I set up a follow-up call. I say, hey, what I'd like to do is I would actually like to come back after you've gotten the other 2 bids. Let's lay those out on the table and compare each one individually and make sure we're talking about apples to apples. Let them know that I do have an apple to apple price beat guarantee. And on the spot, I put them on the calendar with a Zoom meeting follow up for them to come back and we can compare. I don't mind them going out and shopping. I mean, if this is what they're going to do, you can't stop them anyways. But I at least want to be there so we can compare together. But yeah, I get them to commit with a follow-up meeting with me. And that's worked for me in the past.
That is exactly 100% correct. This is why, folks, we are on the best team. These are some of your leaders in the team. These guys have so much knowledge. That is 100% correct. You want to think about it? Of course. Why do you want to think about it? What are your concerns? Actually have them, let them know why. oh, we promised we'd get 2 more quotes, or my dad said he wants to look at it. I don't care what the answer is, but I want them to commit to me why they want to think about it. What's their holdup? So I can write that down. Fantastic. How long do you need to think about it? Can I reach back out to you? We're talking tomorrow. We're talking next week. Oh, next week. Fantastic. Okay. I have some times open on Monday and Tuesday. Which one works best for you? Oh, are we in person? If it's in person one, I'll come back to your house. If it's Zoom, which I'm doing much more of, which I'm loving, let's get this on the calendar right now. Fantastic. Now you've set all the expectations. When that meeting comes up, you already know what you're asking. Oh, so what did your dad say? You know what the objection was, what they had to think about, overcome it, apples for apples, etc. Don't ever let that happen without setting the next call/appointment.
I also do like to set up expectations and try to give them a heads up about what they're going to come across when they do these other appointments. I let them know there's other financing options, there's cash prices, right? That there are other things. And then I also make them think about the fact that we do such an educational approach. I explain that metering and I say, be cautious, or, cognitive of how they push through the solar process. Do they educate you? Do they take you all the way through? See the value there. So yeah, great tip, Scott.
Yeah. So you have to have a plan. Anytime you finish a call, you send a text, you send an email, do a presentation, you have to have a plan of what is next. Unfortunately, this business is not a one close business as much as we would like it to be. I get plenty of one call closes, but I get plenty of not. This isn't a car sales where it's more of a one close process, right? So you need to have a plan. You need to know what that plan is. What am I going to do if they are not willing to say yes or no today? Set that plan, make sure they know what it is, ask permission from them to call, email, meet, etc. Put it in your CRM, put it in your calendar. If you don't have a CRM, use your calendar. Just start booking stuff in your calendar. Like I said, giving them permission. What will it take to earn your business day? What do I need to do? What have I, one of my favorite things to do is at the end of an hour conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. I have not done my job very well, apparently. I thought I answered all your questions, your objections, but obviously there's something missing here. And I'm trying to do a better job for all my customers. I'm trying to learn this business as best I can. Could you please help me and answer what I didn't answer correctly or enough to make you comfortable? And then shut up. Be quiet. Do not talk. I've had conversations. I've been in people's houses where it was 30 seconds, which is a long time of no talking, until finally the wife couldn't take it anymore. And she said, well, XYZ. Find out what their actual objections are. Shut up, listen to them, take them for what they are. They're very, very real. Even if they're not real, they're real to them. Write them down, address them, and then go to the next step. What's it going to take? What do I need to do to earn your business today? I say on here that I'm okay with no's. Are you kidding me? I love no's. I love it when somebody finally says, Scott, we are not going to go solar. We're going to sell our house. Scott, we went with another company. I'm sorry, we loved you, but they just had a little bit better deal. People get mad about those. I'm never mad about a no, because it's a numbers game. I only have so much time in my calendar, so many calls I can make, so many people I can follow up with. What I don't like is no answers. I'm not sure. Those take my time. Those take future. So I want to get to a yes or a no as fast as I can. No's just means I'm closer to a yes. It is a numbers game. For the folks out there knocking doors, this. Knock 100 doors, 40 answer if you're lucky, maybe 30. Out of those 30, 10 might show interest. Out of those 10, you might get one appointment. If you don't knock the 100 doors, you don't get the one appointment. It's okay to have the 99 that don't go. You have to get through the 99 to get the one. It is a numbers game, and that's super important. If you're not putting in the numbers, you're not going to get the results. So, like I said, I've been doing solar a very, very long time, and I'm always with this new business, building a team now and also building a business, paying the bills. Where do I spend my time? So what I've now done is I've scheduled certain days to focus on certain things. My Mondays are to follow up with customers. I want to start the week with follow-ups. Anything that I wasn't able to find out last week, maybe they didn't answer the phone, maybe they didn't reply back to an email. Every Monday, those people get all my attention. Monday's all about doing business. Fridays is about team building. I want my Friday to be going out, talking to new businesses. 2 weeks ago, I went to the Fresno home show. For you folks looking to build teams, you have home shows where you live. This is very important. I walked around to the majority of the booths out there and I introduced myself. Sometimes I just grabbed cards. Some people I knew because I've done home shows for the last 7, 8 years. At the end of one day walking around, I got 28 leads, business cards of people that I'm interested in bringing into my business one way or another, as a consultant or as a perhaps a business partnership enterprise. And so now I'm reaching out to those. I'm so busy, I've only gotten to my first 10. Out of those first 10, I already have one commitment to want to be a consultant and 4 people that want to do a meeting about enterprise. 5 have not replied back to me. It's a numbers game, I don't care. So I am now spending Mondays on business, Fridays on team building, Tuesday through Thursday, both, whatever I have to do, wide open, doing appointments, doing mentoring. Have a plan, have a schedule. Sometimes I'll ask Jonathan, hey, do you have 30 minutes? Do you have 5 minutes? And Jonathan will send me his calendar, and his calendar is booked for days. This man is a workaholic. He got so much going on. It's impressive, but he has a plan. He has a business model. He knows what he's doing. He knows why he's doing it. Sometimes I feel, and once again, this is for people that are more new in the business, looking at joining this business, looking at becoming a full-time consultant. I think sometimes people forget that this is not a hobby. This is a business. This is your business. And if you don't treat it like your business, if you don't have written goals, if you don't have a plan, how can you possibly succeed? Jonathan.
Hey, Scott, real quick. Can you say your calendar and your days one more time? Another colleague of mine just mentioned this too, that she breaks her days down on focuses. So if you could say your calendar one more time, that'd be great.
Yeah. So for me, my calendar is Mondays are always follow up. It's my business day. I don't try to build a team on Mondays. I try to close business and plan what I can get done for the week closing business. My Fridays are my team building. I always want to spend the majority of my day. It's not that I won't do a mentor deal. I won't take a call. Obviously, business is business, but my focus on Fridays is team building, calling new companies, following up with the enterprise stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are both. It's flexible. Whatever comes up, I'm not set on something, but those are my 2 focuses. Also, Saturdays and Sundays. I did an appointment on Saturday this last week. I did an appointment the previous Sunday. I know some people don't work on a Saturday or Sunday. That's fine. I will, if a customer needs my attention on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm happy to book it. One of my favorite things to say to people is I work every day and I play every day, but I work every day. 7 days a week, I'm thinking about my business. 7 days a week, if I'm in a restaurant, somebody's getting my information. I'm asking questions. Have you guys ever heard of the Franklin Planner? Some of us old people. Have you ever taken? If you've taken the Franklin Planner, I didn't put this in the slide, but I'm going to help you guys here real fast. Franklin Planner was a fantastic way to plan your day. They're still out there. You can do it electronically. Franklin is an amazing company. But in simple format, they teach you priorities. And they put everything in 3 categories, A, B, and C. A's must be done. And if you have 4 A's, you have A1, A2, A3, and A4, the order you're actually going to do those in. If you have an appointment, that's obviously an A. If somebody I said I would promise I'd call back on Tuesday, it's an A. Anything that must be done is an A. anything that you hope to get done, you should get done, and it's more likely than not you are going to get done, is a B. So you're going to have, maybe 10 Bs, B1, B2, B3. Set your things up in order, go through them. And then if you get through all the A's and you get through all the B's, then you have your C's. So let's say it's a Wednesday and you haven't had that busy of a day. You worked for a couple hours, you got a couple more hours you want to work, and you have no A's or no B's on your calendar. Well, then your C's should be building a team. Hey, I got extra time. I'm going to call a roofing company. I'm going to call a window company. I'm going to call my friend Fred. I haven't talked to in a year, but I know he sells, and I've been thinking he might be good in this business. So C's are things it would be a bonus to get done that day. They're not as important as an A or a B. If you set those plans, set those goals, put them on your calendar, you'll get things done. You don't have to work 8 hours a day. You really don't if you are organized. Does that help at all?
Yeah, I can't agree more. I really think that focusing on a certain day and a certain activity, like social media Tuesdays or Monday's office day, I do the same thing. And I can't stress enough to everyone here how important that is. I had one more question, Scott. I don't know how much more you have here, but
I got plenty. Oh, I got no more slides actually, because I went
Okay.
through it pretty quick.
I have a question. Your follow-up cadence, like you set the next appointment. Do you send a text? Do you call? Do you email and text? Do you put it a week out or 2 weeks out? What does your follow-up cadence look like?
Okay, that's actually a great question. And so that changes over the time of the period, right? So if it's a new customer and I say, let's say it's a Wednesday, and they said, hey, I need a little bit of time, could you reach out to me next week? That's on Monday. But let's say I call them Monday, they don't answer. Well, then I'll immediately text them as well. They'll always get a call and a text on that first one. They don't answer. I'm not waiting another week. I'm not going to the following Monday. That's way too long. On my calendar, I'll edit it and I'll move it 2 or 3 days, depending on my business, and they will get a second call that week. That will happen for 3 weeks in a row, where they're getting at least 2 calls or text or emails. If at the end of that period of time, I've gotten no traction, happens all the time, they get pushed out for once a week for 4 weeks, and then once every other week for 4 appointments, and then once a month. And I will start sending emails to them saying, please tell me no. It's okay to say no. I don't want to bug you. I would love to take you off my list so I don't have to call you anymore. And I'll have people call me and apologize. Oh, Scott, I know, I'm so sorry. You've reached out to me so many times, but no, we really are interested. I love to tell people, I know you're busy, you probably went with somebody else. It's okay. Just let me know so I can take you off of my list. That gives me more business than not.
Got it. Yeah, I can't agree more. Like, sorry to bother. Just wanted to see where you wanted to go from here. Is kind of, I use different lines, but that's definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And if anyone wants to ask some questions to Scott here, feel free to type them or come off mute. We do have one question here from Lily, and I can help with this, Scott, and this may have been covered with Paul Leone and Jarrett and Luis Perez. Do you know what Sunrun offers at Costco or Home Depot, their net system cost or quote, like with financing and dealer fees? I can answer that, Scott, or I don't know if you come up against Sunrun.
You're probably more of an expert there than I am.
Yeah, and Lily, this depends on state to state with Sunrun, the Costco and Home Depot guys, but their financing is a 20-year 1.49. They do have a 10-year loan. The 20-year 1.49, the final price per watt is somewhere in the 4.4 range, $4.40 a watt with the financing. Their cash price is probably around $3.60 a watt to $3.80 a watt. The bigger the system, you get a slight discount break. And Costco does normally give a gift card, $500, $800. So just be mindful of that. Right now they're selling Longi 355s, a China panel with a Solar Edge string inverter. So if you're doing Canadians, RECs, Enphase, 30-year warranties, a 0.99 loan, if you're below the $4 a watt on a financing, you will win every time. So I hope that helped.
I came across something this week where I won a deal, and I've been telling everybody, hey, you got this 30-year bumper to bumper warranty, and hardly anybody else is out there doing this. This is fantastic. Well, here in Fresno, there's a very, very large, successful company called Solar Negotiators. And they're a very, very good company. They're very strong. They do a really good business. And I was up against them. And the customer called back and said, Scott, I'm going with you. And I said, fantastic, let's get this thing moving. I said, was it the 30-year warranty? And he goes, no, they offered me a lifetime warranty, forever, no costs, no parts, everything. That's their thing. And he goes, unfortunately, their financing wasn't as good as you, and I just trust you more. He goes, but their warranty was actually better. And I said, well, that's great. I said, except their warranty is from them. So it's only as good as they are in business. And they're a successful company. They're doing great. So was Peterson and Dean, so was Solar City, so was Vivid, so, et cetera. All these amazing companies doing fantastic, never going to go out of business. Powur, never go out of business. Guess what? It happens. 30-year warranty is outside third party, so you are truly protected. You will not be an orphan. And that just helped close that deal and got that thing signed this week.
Awesome. Great comeback.
I loved your words today. I would just add on is there's got to be a time in our business that we're working on the business.
Boom.
And so what you have to do there is understand what potential objections you can have. And once you recognize that, then write out a response. And maybe in that window of time where they're thinking about it, go ahead and send them a pertinent email that kind of goes directly with their response and provides them with the answer so they can understand that you know what they're talking about, as well as providing them the solution to their objection in writing.
That's
Les
nice.
has like a national trainer voice, Les. I mean, I think you need to train next. Thank you, Les. Les, love it. What's your slogan, Les? We give you solar for less and you're going to love it.
That is accurate. You get more with less and love it.
You get more with less and love it. He is going to be on fire and build a team and sell a ton of deals, Les. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Scott Crumb, ladies and gentlemen? Feel free to ask anything at all. And then Scott, I'll have you just
Actually, I have one last thing I want to add. And I said the kind of play on words was, this is about mining your business, both mine and digging for gold. And one of the things I've learned is I pay it forward to myself. I pay myself first. I actually have a value for all my things I do. And I make it up in dollars. I fake it out. I fake myself out. I'm always happy, always positive, even when I'm not. You have to change your mindset. You have to tell yourself that I am here to do business. I'm happy. I'm successful. I am going to close deals. Self-talk is super important. So those books I was talking about, that time to listen to videos and stuff like that, it's incredibly important. You got to get the mindset. If all the other stuff is helpful and good things, but if you don't have the mind right first, it's going to be difficult to be successful.
yes, sir. James, did you have a question?
Yeah, JB and Scott, this is great. Scott, what about door to door?
No, well, not door to door is probably one of the greatest ways to do this business. If you're willing to do it, if you can do it, I think you'll have more sales than the average salesperson in here. You need to obviously understand that it is a numbers game. Where I live in Fresno, we have a mass amount of solar. Solar is normal. A lot. You go to a neighborhood of 20 houses, and 8 of them already have solar, or 10 or 12. So the low hanging fruit's gone. That just means you got to knock more doors. You need to go in with the right attitude. Obviously, you have the right mindset. But I think somebody who's willing to knock doors, can make an incredible living in this business.
Do you present it as educating them at first? Because they're wondering like, what are you doing here? Or how do you present it?
So I don't knock doors because I've been doing this for 8.5 years. I have a huge clientele. I have knocked doors. When I did, I come up with, well, everything is a read for me, right? I'm pretty good at reading how people are coming off. If they come out angry, that's fun for me. I have a tendency to play with that. But mostly I just ask simple questions. This business is about asking the correct questions. And if you haven't figured out what they are, ask more questions. Let the customer tell you what they're looking for. So when somebody answers a door, I'll say, hey, I'm in my neighborhood, I'm helping people, see if I can help them save money by going solar. Have you ever considered it? And then shut up. Oh, I can't believe there's 70 people who come to my neighborhood. There's 7 people in the last month. I'm tired of you guys knocking on my door. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? I understand. I get these phone calls every day trying to sell me insurance. I apologize. I wouldn't be doing this if I truly didn't believe I could help people. I would love to help you, but I understand that if you're not interested in getting help, not saving money, I completely understand. I apologize. But I would love to see if I could help you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks.
Scott, I know you have to get to a meeting right now, but I just want to say,
I'm good.
You're if you can send us out here, you're closing deals, you're building a little team, you brought in one rock star, you became a mentor. And last night we were just talking how you love the fact that Powur is always pushing and changing and evolving. If you could just speak to your 4 months with Powur.
Yeah.
And the vision that you see in that statement, why you like us here, Powur.
Great question.
Take us
Actually, so
out.
like I said, 8.5 years of doing this, I've seen pretty much every business out there, how they do things. I've never been around a business that's growing properly. There's no such thing as perfect, right? One of my downline guys had a customer who the installer left a ladder in their front yard for 2 days, and the customer was frustrated about it. Why is there a ladder here, right? Exactly. Perfection is not an option. It doesn't exist. What I'm excited about is that Powur is constantly looking to improve. They believe, as I do, that stagnant does not exist. There's no such thing as stagnant. You're either going backwards or going forward. The people we were out with last night, these are movers and shakers in the business, and they're talking about what we can do to improve, what we have to offer, more panels, more financing. I love the direction Powur's going. And I think that, this is March 15th, right? By November 15th, I think this company is going to look even more different than we see it right now. And I think some of us, including myself, because I don't know what's coming up, I can just feel it. I can see what's happening. I know some people in this chat have a better idea than I do. 6 months from now, we're going to be going, oh my goodness, we're doing this as well. We're doing it that way. We now can, I'm making this up. This is not me saying what's happening. We can now offer windows as well, or we can now offer green turf or electric cars, or we now have a new finance plan we never even thought of before. Constantly looking to improve. Powur is by far the best company I've worked with in the solar industry in 8.5 years. It's not even close.
Boom. I'm going to end this recording. Scott Crumb, mentor, bringing 8-9 years of experience. Super thankful for you. I put your email in the chat. Jarrett McAllister, thank you again for your leadership kicking this off.
Yes, sir. The OG Scott Crumb, man. That was wonderful, brother. I picked up some nuggets. Love it, bro.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you to all the Powur Warriors, Powur family out there. Can't wait to see you all soon. Go ahead and find this recording on my YouTube. Thank you so much.